Okay, now recording. All right, we're at time, so we might as well get started. Welcome to class number 2 in this series on Kundalini Yoga for Intuition and Prosperity. My name is Von Shikoyan, and this is the Temple of the Coiled Splendor, a integral health, wellness, and fitness center here in Portland, Oregon, where we train different mind, body, spirit modalities to increase human performance. Tonight, we're going to be working on a set of activities related to what's called a navel point. A lot of ab work, really. And I just want to frame a little bit, why we're doing that. So, the purpose of this series is using Kundalini Yoga to promote intuition and prosperity, which in essence, in the times that we're in, people are looking for guidance. They're looking for ways for themselves to tune to their purpose and to find a way through the lack of clarity that a lot of us might be feeling coming out of the year of the pandemic. And so, Kundalini Yoga gives you some tools that really help you nurture intuition, that helps you know what you should be doing at the right place, the right time, that's most aligned with your highest purpose. Now, prosperity consciousness is really that ability to foster having enough to fulfill that purpose. Prosperity can be money, it can be connections to other people, it can be environments, it can be opportunities, and it's basically having what you need to feel fulfilled, positive, and happy to fulfill your destiny. So when you combine intuition with prosperity, you've got a really good sort of combination. So tonight, what we're going to be focusing on is what's called the navel point. So as I said, in Kundalini Yoga, we have different chakras, and these essentially are associated with faculties of consciousness. And so last week, we worked on sort of overall, opening them up. And tonight, we're going to really focus on the third chakra. And the theme of tonight's class is really around commitment. A lot of times people have really vast dreams and visions that in yoga we associate what's called the upper triangle, kind of your 5th, 6th, and 7th chakra. Visionaries, people that are highly creative, imaginative, they can have all of these vast ideas, but how often do they really bring them down to earth and make something tangible out of them? So it's great to have vision, but it's even greater to make that vision a reality. And so in order to do that, we need to do things with what's called our lower triangle, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And in particular, the 3rd chakra, often called the hara in Japanese martial arts, or the dantian in Chinese martial arts, or your navel point in Kundalini Yoga. It's all the same thing. This 3rd chakra, right, 2 inches below your belly button, is often associated with the willpower, the ability to sort of push through things and see things to the end of your commitment. So that kind of brings us to a little bit of discussion about commitment. And so, it's said in the yoga tradition I follow, there's kind of 7 steps to happiness, and they're all tied to commitment. And commitment is very much related to having that navel strength, that kind of power of your navel, the fire of your belly. And I'm going to read through them, and then we're going to sort of jump into class. So the first one, is that everybody in life is meant to commit, whether it's commit to, a cause or a purpose or a person or, an ideal. We're meant to sort of carve off part of the realm of possibility and say, this is what I'm going to focus on. Because otherwise, we're just always in the realm of the possible, and we never really make something tangible. And when we give sort of our all to something, it's said that then gives us character. When you give 110% to something, you basically, people can see that in you. They can see that you believe in what you're doing and you're centered up on it and you're aligned. And that gives you a quality of character that you forge through the adversity. You come out on the other side and, you build something out of yourself with that. So from commitment comes character. And then when you have character, you then have dignity. People start to trust you because, you don't seem like you're divided against yourself. You're not really in a state of duality. And when you're in a state of dignity, other people really look up to you and they see in you something that they admire and they want to aspire to themselves. That in turn gives you, sort of a sense of divinity. Divinity is where basically, like I said, you have no duality. You've made yourself into one thing. All the parts of you, one part wants to go this way, the other part wants to go that way. You brought them all into harmony. So you're one coherent, integrated thing, all moving in one direction, one vector. And then when you have that sort of integrity and that commitment that's backed up by commitment, then you come into a state of grace. And the idea of grace is basically like things happen kind of spontaneously. You're in the right place at the right time. You meet the right people, doors open for you. There's a word for it in Chinese Taoism. It's called wu wei, which means effortless action. Things are just happening in sort of a flow. And from there, you're then basically able to move on to the state of sacrificing the lesser for the greater good. When you have that sense of trust that comes from a state of flow, then basically you give up the lesser for the greater because you're working at greater purpose than your finite self. And that then ultimately leads to happiness. So these different stages of working from commitment to character, to dignity, divinity, grace, and then the power to sacrifice, and then eventually happiness, these are all sort of steps along the way. And the thing that makes them all work is that sort of navel strength, committing to something. And so we say in Kundalini Yoga, oftentimes, there's so many different practices. Pick one thing, do it deeply, do it strongly for 40 days. And when you do that, you basically will build that sort of, that fortitude, that grit, and that ability to kind of push through that helps you with all these different pieces. So that's kind of the lecture. And we're going to move into the practice now. So just general notes about the practice. You don't want to, hurt yourselves, monitor your own ability. I'm not there really to watch you and what you're doing. So I'm just going to trust that you are, not doing anything damaging to you. Also, push your edges, test your edges. Even though I'm not there to coach you, try to feel what works for you and maybe go a little bit further. So balancing out, sort of not hurting yourself, but also pushing. And then the other thing is we basically want to keep our eyes closed down during the exercises, so we're internal. Oftentimes people might have their eyes open in a yoga class looking around. Kind of want to close them down and be sort of internal unless the exercise calls for it otherwise. So with all that theory and all that front loading, let's go ahead and tune in. So in Kundalini Yoga, we always tune ourselves in to the class. So we bring ourselves to the present moment and we basically get ready to work with the energies that we're going to work with. And we do that with a mantra. And that mantra is Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo means I call upon the infinite wisdom beyond myself. And Guru Dev Namo means I call upon the infinite wisdom within myself. So we're going to go ahead and do that 3 times and join in at will. And then we'll move on to the rest of the class. So rubbing the hands briskly. Placing the knuckles here in the center of your chest, sit up straight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and inhale to begin. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale. Focus up like what's called your third eye point. And exhale, relax your breath. We're going to start off with some basic Sufi grinds. Just kind of rotating on your central axis. Inhale as you come forward, exhale it back. Nice full rotation as you move with the breath. Just relaxing your mind and your body from the day, letting it all go. And inhale center. Exhale, and the other way. And inhale center. And exhale. Okay, we're going to come up onto the knees now and do what are called heart openers. So the way this works is you're going to place the hands on the center, on the shoulders. We're going to inhale and imagine we're kind of opening up the heart with our breath as we inhale into the heart. We're going to exhale back. So inhaling forward, exhaling back, nice and easy. Just open up the heart with the breath. Go ahead and get into the rhythm. Inhale forward, exhale back, and just continue at your own pace. And inhale forward, open up that heart, and exhale back, relax the breath in the neck. And inhale, and exhale, relax the hands, the arms down to the knees, release the breath. Okay, now we're gonna do what's called bow pose, and we're gonna do it with what's called breath of fire. And before we do that, I just wanna explain a little bit about what breath of fire is. So first off, let's do long, deep breathings. Go ahead and put your hands on your bellies. Inhale and imagine a balloon expanding from the spine. Nice and easy. And exhale and let that contract back towards your belly. And inhale, let that balloon expand from your spine. And exhale and let that go back towards the spine. So that's the relaxation breath. We're also going to do a rapid breath called breath of fire. So what you're going to do now is you're going to inhale and you're going to make that balloon collapse rapidly and then let the breath pick itself up. So it looks like this. So basically a rapid diaphragm breathing that energizes you. So breath of fire energizes, long deep breathing relaxes. We're going to go back and forth. The last technique I'm going to explain, and then we'll move right into the next exercise, is what's called root lock. So root lock is Manipur chakra. It brings the energy up. And if you inhale deeply and you squeeze the rectum, navels, and sex organs, and you just hold that energy, and imagine it's going up, and relax the breath, release that set of muscles, that pulls the energy up. Not Manipur chakra, Muladhara. That's called Mulband. Mulband is that squeezing that lower lock. Okay, so that's all the practices we're going to talk about up front. So let's go ahead and move into bow pose. So the way this works is you're going to go ahead and come onto your knees. You're going to try to reach back and grab the ankles, and then you're going to arch up into bow pose. So grabbing the ankles, and if you can, come up into bow and begin that breath of fire. Do your best. Almost there. And inhale, pull up on that root lock, and exhale, relax the breath in the legs and turn your face to one side. Just relax there with long, deep breathing. Go ahead and stay there for a moment. Completely relax. And just be with the breath. Long, deep breathing. Okay, so now go ahead and come out of that posture and come sitting up onto your heels. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do camel. So this is kind of the reverse of what we just did. Now we're going to lean back, and there's a variant to this. So ideally, you want to lean back and you want to grab your heels you want to arch back. But if you can't do that, just go ahead and put your hands on your hips and just try to arch yourself backwards. So for 1 minute in that position, let's go ahead and do breath of fire and begin. Last little bit now. And inhale, pull up on that root lock, squeeze energy up, and relax the breath, the lock, and bring the head forward in a baby pose. Hands to the side, rest your forehead on the floor, and just breathe long and deep. Completely relax the breath, relax the mind, and just be. Just be with the breath. 2 really good exercises for building that navel strength, building that inner grit, and just all around good for you. All right, now we're going to move into our Kriya. So those were warm-ups. And in Kundalini Yoga, we do Kriyas, which are a sequence of activities that have an effect. And that usually combines asana, some sort of posture, pranayama, breath work, with mudra, hand position, mantra, chanting, and meditation. So we're going to combine all that together in Nabbhi Kriya. Nabbhi is navel. So this is really good for building that navel strength, that grit that I said was so important for building commitment that helps you move from the ideal to the real. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and come lying on our backs. And we're going to do this for only 3 minutes. It says to do for 10, but that's a little long. So your hands are at your hips. You can support your legs if you need to. With your head lying down, you're going to start to lift one leg up all the way to the sky and down, and then rapidly do the other. So it's like alternate leg lifts with a rhythmic breath, and begin. Keep up, do your best. Just a little bit more now. 1 more minute. Focusing on that navel as you lift those legs. And lift both up. Point the toes towards the heavens. Pull up on that root lock. And then exhale, gently lower your legs to the ground. And release the hands. Inhale. And exhale completely. Long, deep breathing. And just be there with the breath for a moment. Just relax the mind, relax the breath. And inhale and exhale. Staying lying on the back now. We're going to do the next evolution of that. So the way that works is you're going to keep the hands towards the heavens, but this time you're going to lift both legs up. So basically leg lifts. So inhaling up, exhale down. And we're going to continue that for 3 minutes. So do your best and go. You don't have to go fast, but try to make them good ones. With the legs straight. Building that inner navel strength, the third chakra that gives grit, that helps you commit. You don't have to go at anybody else's pace but your own. Just do your best. Keep up, do your best. More than halfway through. Almost there. Last little bit. And inhale up. And exhale, legs down, the hands down. Inhale. Exhale. And just relax there with long, deep breathing. Completely relax the breath, relax the mind, relax your abs, and just breathe. Okay, now just go ahead and grab your knees to the chest. Just hug your knees to the chest. Long, deep breathing. Just bring the head in between the thighs if you can. Make yourselves into a ball. And just continue to breathe long and deep here for a moment. Relax the mind, relax the breath. All right. Now we're going to move on to the next exercise. So what we're going to do now is in this collapsed position, you're going to inhale, you're going to open the arms out to the sides, you extend the legs about 60 degrees, then you're going to exhale back into that ball. So we're inhaling, the arms come out, the legs come out, and then exhaling back. Going to do that for 3 minutes, and go. Building that navel tapa, that navel discipline. Building that inner heat. Keeping up. More than halfway through. Do your best. And inhale out. And exhale. Bring one leg into your knee now. And you're going to be lifting that one leg up and exhale down. So it's like one leg it lifts. And just continue with one leg. Try to keep that leg straight. Lifting up and down. Continue. This should engage your navel too. As you're doing this, you should feel something in your core. If you're not, try straightening the leg. And try to imagine you're lifting from your core. Once again, we're working with that navel center, which is the center of your willpower. So just continue lifting that leg. Continuing. Now switch legs to the other one. Do your best. Last little bit now. And inhale both legs up. And exhale down. And just relax. Inhale. Exhale completely. Long, deep breathing. Just get comfortable there. I know we're doing a lot of work with the abs and the core. So just breathe long and deep to get comfortable. Completely relax the breath, relax the mind. Long, deep breathing. All right, one more exercise before we take another little break. So this is the last one in this sequence. So you're going to come standing up. You're going to interlake your thumbs to your fingers. What we're going to do, we want to make the hands flat. We're going to bring legs shoulder width apart like this. And then we're going to inhale up. The hands are going to go back behind the head. Then we're going to engage the core, not jerking the neck, and we're going to exhale down. So the front bends. So inhaling back, exhaling forward, and just continue at a nice pace, at your own pace, and we're going to pick it up in a moment, but just continue. Front bends. Using the core too. Continuing. Use that core. Now a little faster. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bend forward. Continue to breathe. And inhale. And exhale. And gently fold back up. And just take your hands and place them on your navel point, shoulder width apart. Just feel your centeredness there. Feel your groundedness, long, deep breathing. Feel your power. Just be with the breath. And inhale. And exhale. Then gently come lying down on the back for relaxation. So heels together, hands at the sides. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And just long, deep breathing. Feel yourself supported by the earth. Just let everything go. Let all the good work you did go where it needs to go. Let the energy flow where it needs to flow. For healing, balance, and integration, just breathe long and deep. Being with the breath, being with your mind, being present. And inhale and exhale. And lying on your backs, go ahead and stretch the feet and the legs out from each other. And twinkle the fingers and toes. Begin to rotate the ankles and wrists in one direction, in the other direction. And go ahead and rub the hands and feet together briskly. And bring the knee across the chest, cat stretch one way. Get a good pop there. Release that knee. Bring the other knee across your chest. Stretching the other direction. Go ahead and wrap the hands around the knees, rocking gently on the spine. And come sitting up. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, we're going to do one more exercise, Sat Kriya. So go ahead and come on the hands onto the knees. This is one of the key exercises in Kundalini Yoga that is also really good for that navel willpower. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit here with our hands on we're going to go ahead and make our index finger into a pointy finger. We're going to hug the ears. And then in that position, we're going to say the sound Sat, as we imagine all the energy traveling up our central channel, up through our fingers and towards unity consciousness. Then we're going to relax and we're going to say Nam, which means identity. So we're going to squeeze everything up, Sat, and relax everything and say Nam. And so we're yoking our entire being to our true identity, to creative source consciousness. So we're going to do it for 3 minutes with a rhythm. And let's go ahead and begin. Sat, 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 Sat. Inhale. Inhale deeper. Squeeze up on that root log. Pull all the energy up the spine, align with the creative source consciousness, vertical alignment. And exhale, relax the breath in the lock, keep the fingers up. Inhale, inhale deeper, pull up, squeeze up, elevate. And exhale, relax the breath and the lock, and let the hands sweep down gently along the sides. Hands come resting on the knees, inhale. Exhale, completely relax the breath, long, deep breathing. Just be with the breath, be with the mind, be present. And inhale and exhale. And shake out those legs a little bit. Come sitting back into easy pose. And hands in Gyan Mudra. Wisdom and index finger touching for wisdom. Just close the eyes down now. Just focus at your third eye point. And just feel that energy you've generated with long, deep breathing. And just be with the breath. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, just a little bit of pranayama, breath work. Then we're going to move into our final meditation of the evening to close things out. So pranayama, working with the breath. What we're going to do is we're going to do some simple alternate nostril breathing, but we're going to be holding with a count. So in yoga theory, there's subtle channels that run throughout our body. The left nostril corresponds to the lunar consciousness, the parasympathetic nervous system sort of calming and sedating yourself. And the right nostril corresponds to the solar consciousness, the active sympathetic nervous system, and the sort of go-getter or fight or flight, depending upon your point of view. And so we're going to be working back and forth between these nostrils to create like a neutrality that balances those two forces within us so that we can act from a place of intuition. The way we're going to do that is we're going to block off the left nostril. We're going to count for a count of 4. We're going to hold both for a count of 16. And we're going to exhale for a count of 8 with the other nostril. Then we're going to inhale for a count of 4. Hold internal for a count of 16. Exhale for 8. And we're going to do that cycle, 3, 3, for a total of 6. So let's go ahead and begin with the left. Inhale 4, hold 16, exhale 8, and then we'll switch and begin. can release the fingers. Inhale. Pull up on that root lock. Hold the breath. Concentrate at the third eye point. And exhale, relax the breath. Just feel your consciousness. Feel if you feel any sensations. And just what those sensations are, having done that breath work. All right. So we're going to move on now to our final practice of the night, which is a meditation. We always do warm-ups, a Kriya, usually some breath work, and then a meditation. So this is a really powerful meditation that kind of brings home this principle of commitment and this whole principle of, sort of integration. The mantra and the sound is Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Waheguru, which in the Sikh tradition, Ek Onkar means oneness, the unity consciousness, source, divinity, vibrated creation into being. In the Vedic tradition, everything is sound. That's the primal sound is Om, and everything kind of moves down from there. So Ek is like oneness, vibrated creation into being. Satnam means its nature or essence is truth. So the essence of that oneness, that unity consciousness is true. Siri Waheguru, how amazing is this knowledge to know this, that everything is this one primal vibration, that everything is, in essence, underneath all appearances, one. So this is a celebration of unity, divine oneness, and how it pervades the universe and it pervades us. And it very much affirms this notion of commitment, because when you commit to a practice like Kundalini Yoga, you start to see that within yourself and in the world around you, and you live from that place. And those 7 steps of happiness basically become how you walk your life. When you walk with the commitment of the daily spiritual practice, you start to unfold your life accordingly. But it all starts with that commitment. And the navel point gives you that grit to commit and the willingness to keep up. So what we're going to do is we're going to chant that mantra for 7 minutes. And the way it says to do this is when you say Ek, you want to squeeze that lower root lock and Om, and imagine the sand travels up to your navel point. Ek, Om, and it hits kind of your third chakra, Kar, and then it goes to your heart. Sat, Nam, Siri, Wah, Hey Guru. So it's Ek, it goes up to the chakras. Root chakra, Ek, Onkar, Sat, Nam, Siri, Wah, Hey Guru, opening you up to that infinite consciousness. So we're going to do it for 7 minutes, and let's go ahead and begin. Ek, Sat, Nam, Siri, Wah, Hey Guru. Ek, Sat, Nam, Siri, Wah, Hey Guru. Ek, Hey. Om Sat Nam City. What? Hey Guru. 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 Last breath. Hey. Om Sat Nam inhale. Exhale. Just listen to that sound vibration through your being, unity consciousness, connectedness to everything. And inhale. And exhale. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining this second in the series of Kundalini Yoga for intuition and prosperity. Tonight we worked on that navel center, developed that grit to carry through with our visions, and we tuned our consciousness to higher intuition through the combination of breath work and pranayama and meditation. So look forward to you coming next time, and let's go ahead and tune out. Rubbing the hands briskly, placing the knuckles into the center of the chest. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale. We tune out with the Sunshine Song. If you know it, join along. Otherwise, you'll learn it. Inhale. May long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Satnam. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.